Why do we have so much love for a takeaway? Clearly, we know, and processed food, we were talking about this earlier, there's no benefits for our diet or our mental health. Well, on the line with us now, psychologist Emma Kenny. Emma, it was really interesting there, just hearing from the delivery driver that, in the pandemic, he was saying we were ordering a lot more junk food, pizza, and now maybe there's a shift towards trying to get something that looks at least a little bit more healthy. What do you think is going on there?
I think that's a very optimistic view of what's happening where fast food is concerned. We're probably more likely to listen to the 1% increase in obesity. Maybe central London, where there's a lot of offices and people who are middle class, therefore have got the privilege and opportunity to be a bit more health conscious. So there it might be resonating, but certainly it won't be doing in poorer communities because poverty has a big link with this particular concern. So I think that pre-pandemic, people weren't as aware of the opportunity of using the services. There weren't as many. Whereas now, because we're habit-forming creatures, and we have to remember that it takes about 66 days really to form a pretty hard habit. Some people do it more early, some people do it later. But for those individuals, we were all sharing that experience where we were told we weren't allowed to leave our house. So we formed new habits. And the thing about fast food is it gives us immediacy, it's convenient, we don't have to take accountability and responsibility. So therefore, we're not thinking about what we're eating. So that's the big problem. And the second big problem is we've never been as unhappy in the UK. And the problem for that is when you have unhappiness, poor socioeconomic standard, accessibility to cheap, bad food, then it's a cooking pot of possibility for psychological distress and a way of managing that, which is consumption of food.
And Emma, do you think that we've reformed these habits, ordering takeaways, but we've stopped actually going out to eat at restaurants? So in a way, doesn't it kind of balance out?
No, because people who are very poor were never going to restaurants. People who might have the privilege of being able to go out and eat at restaurants, sure, that might have altered it because we're becoming more isolated on an everyday level. Remember, a lot of people are dealing with vicarious trauma still. They went through years of being told that basically they could kill people if they left the homes. So that's hard to manage and people have to get over those feelings. And that's something we need to be compassionate about. So I don't think it's a replacement. I think it's an extension of, and we need to probably get to talk about the truth regarding food, which is food is the symptom, so to speak. The way that we manage the symptom. We feed ourselves because we're sad. We feed ourselves because we're lonely. We feed ourselves because we're isolated. So you made a really good point.
And you're
Never
just
before have we
highlighting,
been
Emma,
so
just how connected what we eat is with how we feel and then what happens to our body. Just for time, that is all we've got time for. But thank you, Emma Kenny, really appreciate it.